So here's the plan. We're about to get this agility potion. And then, we're gonna get an agility potion, and then, hey, you know me, I gotta spam. Oh shoot. Wait, let me see what this clan. Somebody told me to join their clan. Hey, we live on YouTube. Okay. Gotta get the name out. Okay. Okay, let's go get this potion, and then what quest was it? So, Monkey Madness. Oh, the Grand Tree, okay. Okay. Oh, nice. He was right. They sold, huh? Okay. We gotta get an agility potion. That should be plenty. Okay. Where are the guys who said they were about to... Remember yesterday? They were like, we're about to go PK and you wanna come with us? I'm like, bruh. PKing sounds fun. Okay. So, okay, let's get this Stanima, Tanima. Okay, we got the agility potion. Put his hat back. Amulet of Glory. Okay, so how do we start this quest? Combat gear. Food, prayer potions. Okay. Food, prayer potions. Energy restoration. I don't know what the heck that is. Okay. Talk to King. Talk to King, no. Oh, is it the tree now? Can I teleport up there or something? What is this? Oh, fishing guild. Okay, so we're gonna need a skills necklace. I got 18 skills necklaces. You feel me? Okay. So we're going to the fishing guild. What up, Air Doof? Is that your name, Airdoof? Mr. Airdoof, you're... Alright, I got stamina potions, so that should be enough, I guess. Hopefully. Yo, Airdoof, add me on the game, bro. We outside, you feel me? Okay. Bro, I don't know what these dudes are saying. What the heck were they? I don't even remember what they were saying. They were saying some other shit. It was like... Oh, what up, Orm? We outside. So the plan is we're just gonna do this little quest action. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, this is fire. So we're about to start this quest. We might do a reaction video, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me see what's popping. Wait, we're gonna start this quest and then... Welcome, traveler. I am King Nura. Nice to meet you outside. What? Trying to remember. Electronic? Oh, okay, let's see. Bro, I don't even remember what they were saying. Okay, Grand Tree Quest. But what were these people saying? They're like, we outside, you heard? Cross over this or something? How the heck do you get out of here? Bro, what the how the heck do you get out of here? Fight arena? I mean, the fishing goes closer anyways, so. We outside, you word? Yo, we're about to do this quest action. Let's watch a video or something while we wait. Okay. Venezuelans. ChatGPT is going to destroy Runescape.
Leave me alone. Player respond.
Oh, this is
You are a
the
criminal
worst,
and you
some
shall be
weird
reported
stuff.
as such to the proper authorities. Clearly joking around. Busted out response, leave me be or report me.
Get this out of here. This $20 mod, let's see what this is about.
What happened?
Okay, so we're gonna be reacting to this $20 mod is killing RuneScape, so I don't know. What
So apparently there's like new drama and like new weird shit happening. Like, how does RuneScape have so much fucking drama? It's crazy. How does it even happen?
PKang scene from the early days of RuneScape 2, the clans, Bounty Hunter, Emerald servers, the Jagus Cup, and now in 2024, with PKang being the most intense state that it's ever been in, the PKang skill cap has finally peaked. But what if I told you that for just $20 a month, you could become a better PKer than 99.9% of RuneScape? For the last few years, the PK client problem in RuneScape has continued to grow, and it is now finally at a point of no return. On a game like RuneScape, where once skill and practice meant that putting in the work would make you better than most, has now been reduced to less than a small McDonald's order on DoorDash, even without the tip included. For years,
how do you
I've been
get
a deep
good?
wilderness PKer. I've spent thousands of hours over the course of my life PKing in Mage Bank, East Dragons, PvP Worlds, and I've always really loved the idea of PKing in single-way combat. From beating your opponent and engaging in large-scale battles, to the thrill of a 1v1 fight in max gear. This is what always has been exciting to me about RuneScape. In the early days, players would practice for weeks on end to improve at PvP, fighting each other in the duel arena or Clan Wars portals, to eventually gearing up and trying their luck in the wilderness, often upgrading their gear as they improved and accumulated kills, and many would even go on to create content around PKing, joining clans, or even competing in high-scale PvP tournaments for prizes and notoriety. But somewhere along the lines in 2010, the origin of cheating in PvP began, and the process has been ongoing ever since.
Everybody cheats in every fucking game. There's always cheaters for PKers. Yeah, 100% this happens. It's full of bots now. Yeah, like in WoW, I remember that in RBGs and in Arena and Mists of Pandaria, it wasn't about who was cheating and who wasn't. It was about who had more of the IP addresses of the opposing team and who was using the better cheats. Because like you would have the crazy one. Do you remember the Warlock fucking bot that would like turn Warlocks from being like good to just being like these massive like over god, like, you know, like Lords of Darkness, and they could just like solo the entire fucking team? It was disgusting.
It all started with something called auto switching.
Throw money on the
Players
line
were
for
often
arm
praised
tiers?
for being
Really?
able to switch 6 or 8 items at once and having the guts to PK with them. Around this time, players would use a program called...
So you're saying people are doing PKing and they're doing it for money so they can take the person's gold and sell it? Oh, that, yeah, 100%. That's ripe for abuse. 100%.
bit in order to switch all of their items when pressing a key on their keyboard. This would obviously give them an advantage in fights, as instead of having to accurately put on 8 items, the program would just do it all for you.
Of course.
If you were low HP or about to die, instead of switching to your tank gear and clicking 8 items, you could simply just press F6 on your keyboard and Jitbit would do it for you.
So it's
Over
macros,
time, people got clowned on and were continuously ridiculed by the PKing community who tried to implement these tactics. This stuff was kind of looked at as pathetic and wouldn't often be taken seriously within the underground PKing circles and the clan world. Rightly
But here's always what the problem is that people think that it's not taken seriously, but if it gives you an advantage in combat, people will do it. Eventually, everybody will do this, even if people don't like doing it, because people want to win outcomes, and if you can't win the outcome without this tool, then you're going to use the tool. That's the way everything is.
So in the upper echelon of the PKing community, no one thought highly of someone who used a program to switch for them, as your reputation in these days meant everything, and once you were outcasted from the clanning circle, you were looked at as scum. This was basically the extent of cheating in PvP during the pre-EOC era, but little did we know, this PvP curse would return, and it would return with a vengeance.
Dang, this is
In
crazy.
the more recent years of RuneScape, players wanted a more optimized game client as opposed to the original one, as it was lacking several quality of life features and ultimately made the game less enjoyable for all. Jagex understood this, and after some time and a ton of Reddit debates, they finally decided to fully endorse Runied, the greatest RuneScape client ever created. Runied would allow users to have access to and import their own external plugins that fundamentally...
It's just like, wow, bro. Like, the moment that you let people start using external tools is the moment that you begin the descent into cheating. Because if you can have an external tool that can read information in a game, you can have that tool give you an advantage in the game. Like, I wish that in WoW, there were no add-ons allowed. I think add-ons are bad for the game.
change the way that we would view the game. As it would make certain things easier, it would also allow players more functionality that otherwise would be inaccessible. However, this did come with some issues. Since Runied was open source, players could easily peek into the code and either extract information or add to it. And it wasn't long before the players of RuneScape decided that they could use the RuneLite client to create a real cheat engine that would allow them to excel in PvP.
Well, that seems pretty
Players
good.
would
That's
use this
smart.
opportunity to script plugins that would not only automatically change gear for you like back in the day, but it would also eat, change weapons, use special attacks, and never miss game ticks. At first, it was mostly noobs using stuff like this, and they were pretty easy to kill, so it didn't really impact the majority of the PK.
See, this is always how it goes. At the beginning, it's only idiots that use it, but then once good players see how useful it is, and this is what happened in WoW, is like one of my mods brought up, like Balance Out brought up, like, yeah, well, people do this because they can make real money for it. Well, in WoW, it was the same thing. Like, I remember there was this one time we did RBGs, and like a guy in the group was like getting sold a carry, and my RBG leader DM'd the other RBG leader of the other team, and he said, if you just let us win this match, I'll like send you $30. And then his entire team left, and we won the match. Just straight up cheating. And people are, when money gets involved, all ethics and all integrity goes out the window.
Ecosystem. However, over time, the plugin scripters improved, and so did the players, which started a wave of unbeatable Megatrons.
That's
2
right.
years ago, when the Steam client for RuneScape officially launched, I came across a group of players who injected the client with code and used several cheats in order to annihilate anyone in PvP. For weeks, I battled with these guys in the Revenant Caves, and it seemed as if nothing would stop them. Even when they got banned, which was hardly ever, they would always resurface the next day with a brand new account that they bought on a black market, and the rampage would continue. These guys were making so much money by killing legitimate players in PvP and selling the gold that the account bans were not even relevant to the profits that they were bringing in.
So this is a very, very easy calculus. Let me go ahead and show you. And it's a big problem that a lot of people don't really understand of like why botting happens. I was looking at this earlier, and I think it's like somewhere here. Let me see if I can find it. Basically, if the cost to bot is, yeah, here we go. So if the amount of time that you can make, the amount of money that you can make, if you can make your money back, breakpoint where investment for botting will on the average yield a higher return than the initial cost. So if you're spending $50 to make $60, the only problem that you have is scale. All you need to do is do this enough times and you're gonna make a lot of money. But the issue with WoW and like a lot of other games, it seems like RuneScape, is that you don't need to worry about that because you can make the money back very quickly. And so even when you get banned, it's still a net positive.
Fortunately for me, these guys were actually kind of cool, and they would eventually come into my Twitch chat regularly and told me how the client worked, showed me several clips of how the program operated, and what it could do in a 1v1 scenario. From my perspective, it looks like I'm fighting a PKer who's in max gear and standing on me between hits. He combos me down with the Volatile Nightmare Staff and then into a max hit with the Elder Maul. Seems pretty normal, like I just got outplayed. But from his point of view, the client automatically changes into max gear and barrages me, and then it steps under me in the same game tick after putting on tank gear. Then in the next tick, it automatically switches back to max mage, uses a Volatile Nightmare Staff special attack, changes back into his tank gear, and steps under me once again in the same game tick.
That's why you just can never have these add-ons. These add-ons, like,
Damn,
everybody who thinks that they can outplay an add-on like this, you are so stupid, you don't know that you're stupid. You don't even understand how powerful and how good these tools are. Like, everybody who thinks that I can react really fast. Autobot can? Oh, you can probably, and this is the thing, right? You can beat people that are bad. Of course, right? But if you're playing against somebody who has an equal or like a somewhere around your level of skill, they'll beat you.
Dang.
I can't see them. It automatically one-ticks into the Elder Maul for the KO and then stands under me again. For the average player, this might not even be detectable, but this is often happening more than you think. So yeah, as you guys can see, truly some devious stuff. These guys must have killed me over 20 times in the span of a week, and that's going against somebody who knows what they're doing. Imagine what these guys were doing on a daily basis to the average PKer or even somebody who was just experiencing the wilderness for the first time. To make matters worse, these guys told me that they hardly played RuneScape at all and thought it would be fun to just hop on the game and abuse the PvP scene for a few weeks. I don't know how—
Yeah, just make some money, you know, have a little bit of fun, fuck up the game, and then move on to the next one. Yep, sure.
How true this is, but they said that they mostly play League of Legends and Dota and just happen to have a background in coding. But limited knowledge of RuneScape, this is what they could do to anybody in the Revenant Caves with little to no experience in PvP. After a few months, the Steam client injectors totally disappeared, only returning for Deadman mode once in a while and to mess around. But that's not even the real problem of today's era. Nowadays in 2024, we have bigger problems.
What is it?
Players have created entire
Hiding the Discord for okay.
Discord servers where for just $20 you can have access to the greatest PKing abilities in RuneScape. These custom-made plugins will allow you to fully abuse your opponent in PvP while doing almost nothing at all.
In my opinion, one action for one input. And if a game is doing actions and doing inputs for you, or a tool like this is not a plugin, this is a cheat. It's not even a question.
So yeah, for just a couple dollars a month, you can terrorize PvP and go toe-to-toe with the best players in the game.
Yep.
That client is too strong, bro. My life. He can just do anything he wants.
It's actually so embarrassing that Jags allows such a vast and impressive PvP scene, one like any other game, to turn into such filth and degeneracy.
I guess this guy doesn't play WoW.
Honestly, quite embarrassed to say that I was proud of being a good PKer at one point, knowing how many hours I've dedicated to practicing over the years, and now this stuff is going on under our noses and absolutely nothing is being done about it apart from infrequent bans that are only due to player reports. The problem with this is that
you're never going to be able to get rid of this if you allow this to be in the game. If you allow plugins like this to exist and you allow them to function with the game code, then this will never go away because people can make real money with it. And if you have an economy where you can make real money through actions in the game, that will always be what happens.
Ruins the ecosystem of PKing and gives the undeserving players a chance to be a top-tier PKer without putting in any of the work. These clients are extremely difficult to fight since they're not human and never make mistakes. And now even gold farmers from Venezuela are using these methods to kill players and sell gold as opposed to their regular botting or gold farming tactics.
That was what was so crazy, is that remember back in Burning Crusade, whenever I would Wrath, whenever I would DM gold farmers in like Botanica and I thought they were bots, they weren't even bots. They were just people from South America. It's like, yeah, my economy is such dog shit. What I'm doing is I'm farming gold in Botanica because it's better than getting a job.
Revenants or crazy VM bosses. This is just way more lucrative.
Buena, pégate. Agravilo solo a que no pela un estangle.
Buena, Gabriel. Espera.
Kill him, yep.
Dale de hacerle que la vida se la baje y burla, loco, pero a él, no, que el loco no.
It's gonna be crazy. I bet.
Ese.
We're eating. That's 400 million. How much is you fucked his mom? How much is 400 million gold? How much does that sell for? Like 40 bucks? That's a lot of fucking money. You think about it, right? I mean, if you're a guy in South America, that's a big money situation.
400 M buena.
We're rich. Yep, there it is.
Why would anybody enjoy or want to become a better PKer in RuneScape knowing this is what's out there and what they will eventually need to compete with? Legitimate players lose tons of gold.
This is what happened with RBGs in WoW and also in Arena for a while because there was so much cheating that if you wanted to be like a top-end player, you basically had to play with people that were cheating.
Engaging in these fights, and with all the terrible updates to PvP, such as the PJ timer changes and logout timers being decreased, these guys have even more advantages over the community who plays fairly. All in all, it's just sad to see what RuneScape has become, and either this stuff is 100% undetectable by Jagex, or they're just extremely careless and have given up on PvP to the point where they don't even want to moderate this stuff anymore. RuneScape was once a game that was recognized and celebrated for its PvP system and unique style in the MMO space. And now it's nothing but a joke with a pathetic end to a legendary storyline. As I spoke about
every game is going to be like this. Any game where you allow, like, there's a reason why a lot of like the really big esports games have like kernel level anti-cheat. And even they have cheaters. It's because if there's money to be made, these people are not thinking about, like, you have to complete.
We're like questing, but we're watching this video too. So
completely reorient your thinking when you're talking about like people that are like playing this game and like doing this stuff. You have to completely reorient it from don't even think about it as a game, think about it as a job. So how would you approach this topic if you were trying to make money with this? It's not about the integrity of the game. It's not about the way the game's supposed to be played. None of that is relevant. It's about how can I make as much money out of this system as possible. It's that simple.
In my last video, the many disasters of deadman mode, which you should definitely check out. Link is down below in the description. 38 minutes of every deadman mode disaster in history. These PvP plugins have been ruining the last few tournaments as well, which has caused many content creators to quit early and stop promoting the game mode, which is not healthy for the longevity of RuneScape. If Jags doesn't do something about this...
This is also like another factor is that RuneScape is not a esport. It's not a competitive game. And you can try to make it competitive, but you will always have problems at extremes. And this is why like the esports that are very popular are extremely well balanced against each other, like Counter-Strike, for example. And they're designed in a way for them to be esports. Because if you make something like this super competitive, you will run into these extremes. It's extremely competitive and sweaty. What I'm saying is that it's not like an esport. You can't take any video game and turn it into an esport. That's not how it works.
The PvP scene will continue to starve and the game will never recover. We literally have players making full-length, multiple episode-long PK videos using these plugins, and they only ever get banned after a player harasses Jags to do something about it.
Of course.
But by then, it's already too late. They've been on a rampage for weeks, killed hundreds of legitimate players, which ends up being a totally unfair way for them to lose their items and acquired wealth.
Hey guys,
well, that's also another really big factor, is that like if I was playing a video game and then I lost a lot of progress in the video game because of a cheater, I would just stop playing the game. Like, it's just not, like, I don't want to do that. Yeah, nope.
Novice on the person editing this video. Visited an interview with a guy named Antonio.
Yo,
Antonio
I'm
used to work
so
with a lot of
gassed.
Venezuelan clienters, and he's where we got a lot of our information from. And
So, I went to work at like 6 a.m., right? But last night, I didn't even like sleep last night. I don't even know. Yeah, I'm sitting here, I'm like wondering like, should I even stream right now? Cause I can't, like so yesterday we streamed till like 8 p.m., right? So we got done streaming. And then I tried to go to sleep at 9, right? I couldn't go to sleep at 9, so I went to sleep at 10. And then I woke up at like 2 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep until like 4. And then I went to work at 6. And then after I got done at work, I went to work out. And then I went to the sauna and the steam room. So I'm like literally about to pass out. This is about to be a sleeping stream. That's why I was just gonna watch the video, because I'm like, I don't even know if I can even talk right now. It would be all right if I had just like if I slept last night, and it's like in today I wasn't tired. I think it's because I went to the sauna. I went to the sauna in the steam room, and like I'm freaking like I'm about to pass out. Cause I'm like, dang.
Antonio used to work with a lot of the Venezuelan clienters, and he's where we got a lot of our information from. Antonio's concerned that if his identity is exposed in the process of making this video, it could potentially cause him some real life harm. As a result of that, and in combination with the fact that he said several words that we cannot put on YouTube, I have had to cut the interview quite a lot.
Yeah. Based. Yeah.
And change his voice, but I tried my best to keep the integrity of it.
I don't know.
So I hope you guys enjoy.
But the thing is that these Bennies, bro, trust me, they are like, how it's called, like gangsters, bro. You know, these are not the Bennies that they're red farmers and shit. This is a job for them, because if they get banned, they try to go. Whenever they get perma-banned.
They don't know your voice or anything, right?
Yeah, a lot of them knows, but I hope they don't realize.
How often would you say you would run into, like, if you just went PKing on a regular day, like just went gold hopping, how likely are you to come across somebody using the cheat client? Like, how often are these guys out there?
A lot, bro, a lot. You have 20 fights in the red capes, like from 20 fights, I don't know, 17.
And what happens?
Well, it's like you think about it, why wouldn't you be using the cheats? Because if everybody else is using the cheats, are you just going to like handicap yourself and lose every encounter and lose all of your stuff all the time? Like that doesn't really sound very fun. Of course everybody's going to start using the cheats.
You think if these guys, like if they get banned?
Yeah.
A lot of them deactivate the auto eat. As you can see, all the bennies, if you eat GS mode, they don't even eat between hits because they deactivated that move.
So what you're saying is they've basically used the client for specific things, like and the reason they do that is to make it so it's not obvious, so they can avoid being banned and make everybody think that they're fighting a legitimate player, when in reality they have only the advantages that they need.
The things that they need to improve and put some anti-cheating on the client are it's a modified rule like that to exploit it. So it's very, very difficult to catch them. The only way to catch them is using the videos or just abusing it, you know.
Yeah.
The videos isn't going to work because I bet that the guys that are doing this probably make their money back in like 2 days of gameplay. So unless you can have these people that get reported in less than 2 days, they're going to keep doing it. If they can make their money back faster than they can get banned, they're...
Colineo? Let's check him out. The dark side of Runescape? Yeah, this is gonna be a quiet stream. I'm just gonna be chilling. I ain't gonna be wilding today. I just freaking hopped out the sauna. Okay.
We're gonna keep doing
We'll
it.
check out.
If they can't make their money back faster than they can get banned, they're gonna stop doing it. It's simple fucking economics.
Making it really obvious.
Exactly.
Yep.
How do you know the cheat clienters? How do you know they're using it? And like, what do they do?
I think the main thing you can see whenever they're using client is very easy. First of all, go to altar, right? In altar, all the bennies do not bring teleport. So instead of the teleport, they bring seats. Body seats and middle seats. You will see, you can fight a benny, and you will say, okay, this guy's good, because bennies are not good. There are a few ones that are very good, but the others are trash. You can discover them because whenever they are low in food, they're not gonna run. They're gonna go for the auto DD. So, if they get the freeze, they're gonna start approaching you. Just simple, double simple. Nobody have their reaction time to move 2 steps at the same peak and also eating and changing prayers. I think that's the main reason that you can see if somebody is using.
It's like kickbotting. I remember in like, I think it was like Mists of Pandaria or Kata. This was like the peak of cheating. People would get interrupted on instant spells. Like some druid would somehow cast a regrowth and he would get spell locked. So fucking stupid.
These kind of clients.
And
Yeah,
how
you
do
just
how
can't
do you know
beat
these guys?
them.
Like, how do you have so much information on them? Like, where do?
There was some guys from USA trying to sponsor the client in the Benny's Discord. So that's why all the Benny's starts using it, because it's free money. The advantage you have is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Is there anything else that you want to include that you think the public should know, or Jagex needs to be aware of?
Every time, if you PK guys, try to record, and if you see something sus, just send it to guys. For the, all the
never
people
gonna happen.
Are gonna see this video
Yep.
record every time you PK.
It's never
try
gonna
to help
work.
the community, because if not, the world is gonna die. Everyone is gonna be AHKing, and well, it's boring.
If you feel
Yeah.
the same way that I do
Of
and
course.
agree that this needs to be fixed, please remember to share, comment, and like this video. By spreading awareness, we can make sure that Jagex can't ignore the problem, and the only way to truly fix this issue once and for all is to keep the topic out in the open. Until the issues are addressed, Runescape will struggle to move forward, and PvP will remain stuck with no real solution.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for watching all the way through until the end of the video, and once again, don't forget to come check me out on Twitch. I'm live every single night with PKing content.
Enough of this. Okay, guys. I hope y'all. Wait, what is this? What video is this? Oh, this $20 mod. Okay, so we just reacted to this $20 mod is ruining RuneScape. So hope y'all enjoyed that video. We're about to check out some other videos too. Holla at y'all later. Leave a comment.